Hey friend, and welcome back to the Strong and Nourish Mama podcast. If you have been wondering whether you should focus on losing baby weight or getting strong first, this episode is for you. This is a common question I get from postpartum moms all the time, or even moms who are still pregnant. They're like, hey, when I have my baby, when can I start focusing on fat loss? When can I start to lose weight or lose the baby weight? That's commonly what I hear. And moms want to feel good in their body again, but we're not sure exactly where to start. Should you jump into a fat loss plan right away? Should you hit the weights and rebuild strength? Today, I'm breaking down the truth about postpartum fitness priorities and how to approach your goals in a way that is actually going to support your healing and long-term results. This is a good one. It's another bonus episode, and I hope you enjoy it. Feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and like you've lost yourself in the postpartum chaos, struggling to rebuild your strength, heal your core, and feel confident in your body again? Hey mama, I'm Val, a functional sports dietitian, postpartum fitness coach, and a mama who understands exactly what you're going through. Welcome to the Strong and Nourish Mama podcast, where I help busy moms like you regain your energy, rebuild strength, and feel amazing through simple, science-backed nutrition and fitness strategies. If you're ready to go from depleted to strong, nourished, and unstoppable, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Listen, I know you're tired of feeling weak. I know you're tired of struggling with that lingering belly pooch, back pain, or leaking when you sneeze, laugh, or run after your toddler. You're tired of guessing what exercises are actually safe, only to feel more frustrated when nothing seems to work. You're tired of feeling like your body just isn't the same and wondering if it will ever be the same. Mama, I want you to stop feeling stuck. I want you to stop second guessing every move you make, and I want you to start rebuilding your strength with a simple, proven plan that actually works. That's exactly what we're doing inside my Restore Your Core Bootcamp. It's just 45 minutes, and it's happening live on Wednesday, April 16th, but I am also recording it. And I will teach you what's really going on with your core and your pelvic floor and how to start healing the right way so you can feel strong, confident again, play with your toddler, not worry about back pain, not worry about peeing your pants and having to carry extra underwear with you. These are the things that I did postpartum, and I am so much stronger for doing this. Let's stop guessing and start making progress together. Join me for the free Restore Your Core Bootcamp. Save your spot now, and if you can attend live, I will be sending you the recording along with the resources. You in? So go to wellnessbyval.com/bootcamp to claim your spot now. I can't wait to see you there. Let me take you back to the first weeks or even just the first few days after I had my baby girl. I was tired. I was a new mom. I had no idea what I was doing. You don't know what you don't know. And it was all a shock. Labor, birth, coming home. I had 2 dogs, getting them acquainted with my baby girl, and just finding a new routine and how to care for my baby girl, learning how to breastfeed. I was sore, tired, weak, and I was wondering how I was supposed to get my body back. Not to the point to where I was wanting to bounce back. It was really just, I know I'm a different person. When a baby is born, a mother is born. But how am I going to get my body back? And I know that's going to take time, but that's what I was thinking. How long is it going to heal? When am I going to start to feel myself again or normal again? And it was really hard to just make it through the day. And yet, every time I opened up social media, it felt like every other mom was already lifting weights, running, posting their transformation photos. And I started to think, should I be trying to do that now? And I know better. I know better. And that's what was coming up in my mind. Oh, should I start to do what that person's doing? Do I need to go outside and start running? Am I going to be falling behind? I'm not doing what they're doing. And it's so easy as a mom, especially in those early weeks postpartum, to play the comparison game, comparing yourself to other people you don't even know. What I had to do was realize, okay, acknowledge these thoughts and also acknowledge that I just had a baby. It's my first baby. This is new. It's going to take time. We're finding our routine. And eventually I'm going to slowly get back into movement. I'm going to slowly get back into my movement routine and do things that are going to support my new body, but things that I still enjoy. And it may change a little bit. And when I came to terms with that, or when I would see those thoughts, acknowledge them and say, okay, it's just another person, kudos to that mom for doing whatever she's doing. I'm not there yet, or I'm doing something different, and that's okay. But there's so much pressure, the pressure that we put on ourselves, maybe from other people, but all this pressure on moms to bounce back and do it all. After you have your baby, get ready to go back to work. You're still bleeding, but go back to work and start to go to the gym, lose the baby weight, get strong, keep your house clean. And that's very overwhelming. And you're trying to do that while functioning on minimal sleep. No sleep. And you get used to that. You have no choice but to get used to no sleep. But you're doing all of these things and it becomes overwhelming. And we may start to put this pressure on ourselves. A lot of the times I think it comes from ourselves. Other times it may come from other people. But it's coming from ourselves because, unfortunately, of social media. We're scrolling, we have more time on our phone while we're breastfeeding or doing other things. And you're looking at these moms like, oh my gosh, should I be doing that? And then you feel guilty. And then it goes back to that all or nothing thinking. You do all of it or none of it. And what we need to do is give ourselves grace. We need to find some balance in the middle. So today I want to help you clear the noise and figure out what exactly matters and what actually matters when it comes to your postpartum fitness goals. It's okay to have fitness goals. It's okay to want to get your body back or get into the things that you used to do and the things that you enjoy and to be strong. And we're going to be talking about the difference between fat loss and strength, which one to prioritize and when, and how to take care of your body without burning out. Most of us say we want to lose the baby weight, but what we're really craving, what we're really saying is, I want to feel strong. I want to have the energy to do all of the things. So I want to be energized. I want to be confident. I want to feel good in my body. I want to feel good in my clothes. And I want to feel more like myself. We do have to understand that we're a totally different person now. Because again, when a baby is born, a mother is born. So we can't expect to just go back to our old self. She's still there. Part of her is still there. But we're also having new parts of us. And we need to embrace that. The scale can't measure your strength, your energy, your confidence. It can't measure any of that. That's why in most cases, what I recommend is prioritizing strength first. And here's why. We want to be able to build strength in order to support fat loss, but also to support our activities of daily living. When you focus on rebuilding your strength, especially your core and your pelvic floor, you're not only going to be healing your body properly, you're also going to be improving your metabolism. You're also going to be helping your body burn more energy at rest because you are going to have more muscle. You are also going to have the strength to be able to do all of the things that it requires us to do as moms. Picking up the diaper bag, picking up your baby without hurting your back, cleaning up the toys, chasing your toddler, being in weird positions that you're like, I never thought I'd be in this position before. I'm holding my toddler, I have the backpack diaper bag, and I'm holding like 3 bags of groceries. And I want to do that so that I can be strong, I don't hurt myself. And I'm also thinking long term, and I want to talk about this in future episodes. I'm in my 30s, and I am constantly thinking about my 40s, my 50s, my 60s, and so on. And so we want to focus on building strength, and that's going to support our fat loss. But if you skip this phase, if you skip the phase of the foundational work, focusing on your core, your pelvic floor, healing and connecting with your new body, and you jump straight into the high intensity cardio or calorie deficit or whatever it is that you're doing, your body might not be ready. More than likely, it's not going to be ready. And that's when symptoms like fatigue, burnout, pelvic floor issues, incontinence, weak core are going to appear. So when can you focus on fat loss? You can work toward fat loss postpartum. That can be your focus, but only, listen closely, mamas, only once a few key things are in place. So after you give birth, those first, I would say 3 months, we're not thinking about fat loss, especially if we are breastfeeding. But here are the few things that we need to think about and that need to be in place. You have to build a strong foundation with core rehab and strength work. And you can do that when you get home. You can do it that first week after giving birth. Now, I'm not saying you're doing anything crazy or intense. What you're doing is you're reconnecting to your body, your new body. You're regulating your nervous system, especially with a new baby. If you have a toddler at home, all of the things that are going on, we have to help regulate and support our nervous system. And we have to have a strong foundation with core rehab, because that is our foundation to be able to build strength and to lose fat. Because I can't do those things and then lose fat, because I'm more than likely going to hurt myself or something else is going to happen. We also have to focus on energy, sleep, and our hormones. They have to be relatively stable. So if you're breastfeeding, your main focus is to provide milk, to obviously heal and recover, and then to provide milk to your baby. You are feeding your baby. And so fat loss is not on our radar. We actually need more fat intake. We need way more calories than we did when we were pregnant to be able to produce the milk and enough milk for our babies. So if you are breastfeeding, we're not even going near the thought of fat loss postpartum, okay? Now, what about your sleep and your energy? Sleep's going to be wonky with a newborn. That's how it is. And it's going to take time for you to find your routine, and that's okay. But if you are getting relatively enough sleep, efficient sleep, maybe 80%, right? It's not going to be 100%. Then that can be a great time to say, hey, my sleep has been consistent the last 3 months. I think I'm ready to start focusing on some fat loss. But if your sleep is very inconsistent, you're not close to that 80% at all, then we cannot focus on fat loss, because it's going to make it so much harder for that to happen. And then the third thing, we cannot be skipping meals or running on coffee and stress. We can't do it. No more, mamas. You may have been able to survive on that in your 20s, but not anymore, especially after you have a baby. We need the fuel to recover. We need the fuel to be able to build up our muscle mass, to have the energy to take care of our family and ourselves. We can't run on coffee and stress anymore. It's going to hurt us in the long run. Think of yourself in 10, 20, 30 years from now. And it's also going to negatively impact our blood sugars, which is going to negatively impact our overall health. Fat loss becomes easier when your body feels safe and supportive, not starved and overworked. And that's unfortunately very common for a lot of women, especially moms after having a baby, because we're thinking, I gotta lose weight, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta do all the things, but I'm not sleeping, I'm not eating well, I keep skipping meals, and then I get lightheaded, and why am I not seeing any changes with body composition? Why am I not getting stronger? I'm going to CrossFit 4 to 5 times a week. You're probably starved, overworked, low on sleep, dysregulated hormones. There could be a lot going on. So we need to make sure these key things are in place before we even think about fat loss postpartum. Here's what I recommend instead. Start with healing, start with strength. Those first 6 weeks, it doesn't mean you don't have to do anything after having your baby. You don't have to wait for the doctor to clear you at 6 weeks. You can start so many things within those first 6 weeks to initiate the healing process, to help your core, to help your pelvic floor. And I'm going to be teaching you that in the boot camp tomorrow at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. I can't believe it's already here. I'm so excited. So we have to start healing and focusing on strength. Focus on restoring your core, improving your posture. So important for a mom, especially when you're holding a million things and breastfeeding. And we have to reconnect to movement. And that's going to take time, especially with our nervous system, our muscular system, neuromuscularly. It's going to take time for us to figure that out. And then building up progressive overload of slowly adding on weight and intensity. Then we can layer in intentional fat loss strategies if desired. And that's going to be really focusing on balanced meals, consistent strength training, and daily movement. A lot of people don't like to hear it, but it's consistency, mama. As long as we're staying consistent with our balanced meals, ensuring that we have adequate protein and fiber, healthy fats, a little bit of carbs to fuel our intense workouts. We're staying consistent with our strength training. We're doing progressive overload. We're doing something that makes sense for functional daily movements as a mom, not something that we're never going to do in our lives. And then daily movement. We're walking. We're trying to get as close to 10,000 steps as we can, because that's going to help overall health, our cognitive function, and our endurance to keep up with our little ones. And then last but not least, we need to prioritize sustainability. We're in this for the long run, mama. Not just right now. We are in this for the long run. So we need to think long-term wellness, not just a quick fix, because that doesn't exist. We got to get away from that mentality. Love your postpartum body. You created a baby. You had your baby. How awesome is that? And in a year's time, 2 years' time, you're going to be a totally different person, and you're going to be so grateful of where you were at those first 6 weeks postpartum. I was tired. I wasn't sleeping. I was starving. I was breastfeeding what felt like all the time. and I don't regret any of it. And I was able to take things very slowly. And I'm going to talk about my own journey in a future episode, so be on the lookout for that. And I don't regret it. I'm 19 months postpartum, and I am stronger than ever. If you are nodding along and thinking, yes, this is what I need, guess what? I have something for you, mama. My Restore Your Core Bootcamp is tomorrow, April 16th at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. It is free. It is 45 minutes. And I'm going to show you exactly how to start rebuilding your core, supporting your pelvic floor, and feel stronger postpartum. You can join if you're pregnant. You can join if you're 3 months postpartum, 2 years postpartum, even 6 years postpartum. Literally anyone with a core and pelvic floor is going to benefit from this. And we're going to have so much fun. We'll walk through gentle yet effective movements, talk through key postpartum recovery strategies, and you'll leave knowing your next step. So sign up now at wellnessbyval.com/bootcamp. I can't wait to see you there. And don't worry, if something comes up and you can't make it, still sign up, because I'm going to be sending you the recording, the resources, and I have so many bonuses that I am sharing with all the mamas who joined the bootcamp and who sign up. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, your worth isn't tied to your weight. Strength is a feeling, and it is something we rebuild from the inside and out. Staying strong and nourished. Hey mama, I hope you loved today's episode. If it resonated with you, would you please take 30 seconds to share it with another mom, a mom who's looking to make healthy eating and exercise easier, because we need that. And if you haven't yet, I would be so grateful if you could leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It truly means the world to me and helps the show reach more amazing moms like you. All right, time to chase my toddler around. Stay strong and nourished, and I will be back on Monday with another episode. Talk soon.